reports. Finished another Diet Coke, and he's just getting warmed up. Richmond's Morning News with Rich Herrera. This is News Radio WRVA.
And just laying waste, causing havoc, just walking around with swagger for days because we get to do this every morning, you and me. Hi, thanks for joining us. Doing pretty good, Dave, for going out on a school night.
Yeah, you are doing good.
Are you surprised?
Yes.
Or is it just
and you're not cranky like you normally are when you don't get enough sleep?
Why do you tell people I'm cranky? I'm not cranky. You're cranky.
Because hey, I don't write the news. I just report it.
I think that you have alternative. What did Kellyanne Conway say? Alternative facts, alternative news.
Because the wife says the same thing.
I think you're fake news, Super Dave. I think you're fake news.
Your wife says the same thing.
What?
That you're cranky when you don't get enough sleep.
No, I'm cranky when I get home. I'm not cranky in the morning with you.
Oh, yes, you. Today you're not. You're in a great mood today.
Yeah, I got to talk Dr. Biles. I love that guy.
He was good.
How'd you like him just completely telling everybody that says, "Hey, DSA, you guys are great." Yeah, you're not. You're not. That's my mentor. That's my man, Dr. Richard Biles. I met him when I was 17 years old, Super Dave. 17 years old, walked in, I'm like, this is the coolest dude ever.
I don't know. I've never met him. I've only talked to him on the phone. So, but he is very nice.
No, he's great.
Yeah, I don't know if he's cool, but
he's cool.
But he's not very nice guy.
So he used to wear these white Bucks, like these white suede shoes, and I'd never seen anybody wear before in my life. And I'm like, dude,
and that was cool.
I just thought they were cool.
What, 1972 or whatever you were.
Yeah, he wore that exactly. He wore them, and this is like 1984. I'm like, dude, those are cool. And like my second, maybe my sophomore year, I had the guts to go find a pair and bought them. And I walk into class, and he just goes, Richard, and shook his head. I go, Dr. Vilas, you're so cool. I want to have the same shoes that you do. I still wear them, but you know the scary part is, you know who else wears them?
No one.
No, there's somebody. I passed it along. Guess who walks around wearing white Bucks now?
Who?
Rigney, my son.
Oh, okay. Well,
Dr. Bilas, to me,
the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
No, not at all. Thanks for joining us this morning, Richmond's Morning News. By the way, I put it out there. The 933 experiment. I got a wild story for you. Can I share it real quick, Super Dave? If I got time. If I hurry, can I do it?
Real quick.
Okay, real quick. Facebook.com/newsradio WRVA. We put up the 933 experiment and call it Herrera Asks. So I have this crazy story. You're in probably some group chats with all your friends. Well, I got one for you. There was a group chat of moms from school. And one mom is demanding the other moms stop sending Oreo cookies to school. Do not send Oreo cookies with your kids anymore because my daughter came home and she said because she doesn't have Oreo cookies. Some of the moms, oh, is that because is there a health issue? No, I just don't send her Oreo cookies. Okay. But she came home and she was upset because she didn't have Oreo cookies. So none of the rest of you should send Oreo cookies. They're like, what? So this Karen starts browbeating and bullying all the other moms saying, I don't give my daughter Oreo cookies, nor should you. What would you say? Go to Facebook.com/newsradio WRVA. If somebody told you you're not allowed to do something because they decided that they're the authority figure and the rest of us can go kick rocks. You can answer on our James River text line 833-804-1140 as well, 833-804-1140. By the way, Scott the Independent says on the Jetsons, their food was pills. How would you reduce your steak? How would you like your steak reduced to a pill? I answered back, Super Dave, and I told him, I prefer to think of the future like Demolition Man, where we all went to Taco Bell.
If it still tasted the same, I could down it in one gulp. I'd do it. Well, because I would down a steak in one gulp right now if I could, if my mouth was big enough.
That's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Remember before she turned blue?
Yeah.
Oh, I taste this, I taste that, and then she. Listen, I've got answers for everything today. I'm on fire today. Oh, Dave's saying shut up and talk.
You have work to do here, too.
Okay, sorry. Let's get to Richmond's morning news brief, shall we? All right, story number one, Meta, huge settlement. But my big question is, if it's so bad, if they're what they have out there is such mind poison, why is it just kids get protected? What about adults? That's number one.
Number one.
California Attorney General Rob Bonta detailing state's settlement with Meta.
This is a major moment to clean up an industry that has been hurting our kids.
Meta agreeing to pay up to $18 billion and to set up safeguards for young users, including daily use limits and blocks on overnight use.
It gives notice to others in the industry that we're not done, and we expect similar outcomes from them as well.
Nearly 30 states had sued, accusing the company's features of harming youth mental health.
Let us celebrate this bipartisan historic win.
Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
All right, somebody just sent me a text message about the Meta settlement saying states are getting the money, Meta changes its procedures. What about the people who were harmed again? It's supposed to be the point of the settlement. People were harmed. So, big difference, though. In, I think it was New Mexico, an individual sued the social media companies claiming that she was harmed personally. That's a civil lawsuit. This was not a civil lawsuit. This was a criminal lawsuit filed by attorneys general around the country. So the people that were harmed, they're not going to see any money out of this lawsuit because it's not civil. It's not a class action lawsuit. The money that they get is to go to help educate people, prevent people, whatever. That's why I'm going to ask Jay Jones' office, where is that money going to? And I want receipts to see where those millions of dollars are going to. We'll just go to some NGO. We'll go to some kind of nonsense. We'll see. But the reason why the people aren't getting it, it's not a class action lawsuit. All right, story number two, the latest on Iran.
Number two.
All right, China says, yeah, we're not going to pay attention to Scott Bessent. We'll see what happens there. Omar cozying up with Iran, and they're actually talking about how they can control the Strait of Hormuz. Oman, I'm just going to tell you, the U.S. has been using you and Pakistan to negotiate between the two. But if you're going to go over there and side with Iran, just understand you're either with us or against us when it comes to opening up the Strait of Hormuz and Iran getting a bomb. And I'm wondering, there's a couple other countries that have been drawn into this as well. Iran wants one thing. They just want to survive each and every day. We'll talk about all of this with Governor Jim Gilmore, Ambassador Gilmore, coming up in about 15 minutes. Story number three. Dave, you could skip the sound on this one because we're getting up against the clock. The trade war continues between the United States and Canada. Here's one thing I will tell you. I heard the remarks from Mark Carney. If you want to have a trade war back and forth, you guys charge us a ton. You don't let our ag up there. You don't let our dairy up there, but you sell all your products down here. 85%, I believe, of their exports into the United States, and you don't reciprocate letting us sell our things up there. That's a trade war. That's one thing. But the fact that you cross this line, and I don't know if you can uncross it. Mark Carney, the Prime Minister of Canada, said, hey, and by the way, some of these in this trade war, some of the places we're going to target are individual states like Michigan. That means you're now trying to interfere with our elections, Mark Carney. You better think about that twice, because if that's what you really want to do, Mark Carney, I will tell you this. The reason why your economy is as strong as it is, because you don't spend anything when it comes to your national defense. Do you spend money in your... I should look this up. I know they don't spend money in NATO the way everybody else does. They're one of the laggards in NATO. Why? Because they have the United States to protect them. How much of their GDP? I'm going to look this up for us. Mark Carney, if you want to start trying to interfere in our elections, it's not going to be good for our relationship. You really, really need to think twice before you mess around and find out. That's story number three. And finally, story number four, Pro Bowl, gone.
Number four.
All right, the worst thing we've ever seen in sports, even worse than the WNBA, which is not great, is the Pro Bowl. They finally put it out of its misery. It was played in the United States, different football stadiums, but normally it was cold. Nobody wanted to play. Frank Tarkin goes, I'm not going to play in that. I play in Minnesota. Why do I want to go play one more time when it's cold? They moved to Hawaii, still didn't want to play. Players really are out of shape. They don't want to go out there and put on a big show. So finally, they turned it into flag football. I thought that was dumb. Now they just put it out of its misery. All right, Dave, I got done in time so I can play my fifth story of the morning, which I love and you hate. Hey, I'm going to go to the Chesterfield County Fair this weekend. I hope they have something like this because this is from the Iowa State Fair. This is a contest, not hog calling, not bird calling, not duck commander, duck calling. The kids doing the calling of the moms.
Number 5.
Mom, come get Maverick out of my crib! Mom, when's dinner ready? Mom, Mamacita. Don't make me call Grandma. Mom, I cleaned up my room! Mom, come here! My PlayStation's not working and the Fortnite update is in 2 minutes! Mom! Tina!
Dave, I love that.
Well, that's one of us.
No, okay, I love it for a couple reasons. I remember calling my mom. My mom passed away a while ago, but I remember calling my mom.
30 seconds.
But I also remember my son calling us when he was little. I think if you're a parent, it's one of two ways, or an adult. You look at it like, oh, I remember calling my mom like that, and as you get older, you remember, oh, I miss the sound of having my kid in the house. I miss the sound of having my kid in the house. That's why when he comes to visit, I grab as many hugs as I can, and I actually do like having him scream from one room to the other. It annoyed me when he was home, and I miss it so bad now that he's gone off to school. All right, that's it for Richmond's Morning News Brief this morning here on News Radio WRVA. Let me remind everybody that today's program is brought to you by our friends at Men's Wellness Center. So, guys, listen. When you were younger, you could do anything. You could work